The minority leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is it. Honorable colleagues, we have a motion coming from Honorable Dr. Princess Adeshola Ayola Alebeji, member representing Ikene Shagamu, Raymond North Federal Constituency of Ogun State. If Princess Adeshola is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Adeshola Ayola Alebeji. I represent the good people of Ikene Shagamu, Raymond North Federal Constituency. I rise this morning, Mr. Speaker, to present a motion of urgent public importance, and it is an urgent need to investigate the severe lead poisoning crisis in Ogijo community in Shagamu, Ikene, Raymond North Federal Constituency, Ogun State. The House notes that Section 20 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended.
Honorable Dr. Princess Adeshola.
Mr. Speaker.
Did you seek for the consent of the House before you start reading?
I beg your
pardon,
House has
not permitted you yet.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Speaker. I seek the consent of the House to amend the rules.
Rely on what order?
Relying on Order 85.
For
85. And on relevant rules as stated in the order book.
Okay, honorable colleagues, any seconder to the first leg? Leader of the youth.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, our always reliable speaker. My name is Olamijuwonlo Ayodeji Alao Akala. I represent Nigerians starting from Ogumosho North, South, Orire Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, like you said, I'm the chairman of the youth. I'm from the Placetor State, Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I stand up this noon to second the motion that this motion is very important for us to take, to support our relevant rules for us to take this most important motion. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is it. Second leg of the motion. Honorable Fatoba.
Your Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, I remain Fatoba Olushola. I represent the entire people of Ado Ekiti, a rep of the Felonu Federal Constituency. I'm from Ekiti State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the second leg of the motion, ably moved by my sister colleagues. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is it. Princess, you have the floor. Now you have the full mandate of the House to speak.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. Once again, my name is Honorable Adeshola Ayola Alebeji. I represent the good people of Ikene, Shagamu, Raymond North Federal Constituency. I'm from Ogun State, the Gateway State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise this morning to present a motion of urgent public importance on the urgent need to investigate the severe lead poisoning crisis in Ogijo community in Shagamu, Ikene, Raymond North Federal Constituency in Ogun State. The House notes that Section 20 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, mandates the state to protect and improve the environment and safeguard the water, air, land, forest, and wildlife of Nigeria, and that persistent environmental abuse amounts to a violation of citizens' right to life and human dignity, with serious consequences for Nigerians' image internationally. Also notes that the Factories Act, Cap F1, LFN 2004, imposes duties on employers to ensure that the health, safety, and welfare of persons employed in factories and the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, NESREA Act 2007, established mechanisms for environmental protection, which are further enforced by its National Environmental Battery Control Regulations 2024 regarding the life cycle of batteries to prevent pollution from hazardous materials such as lead. Alarmed by the severe lead poisoning outbreak in Ogijo, Shagamu local government area of Ogun State, which has been linked to battery recycling factories operating without adequate environmental and safety controls, leading to the contamination of soil, water sources, and air, and exposing thousands of residents and workers to dangerous levels of lead. Aware that this crisis has attracted intense international scrutiny and condemnation from leading global health organizations, environmental advocacy groups, and prominent foreign media, notably the New York Times, through its widely circulated investigative documentary, The Examination, many of which have openly questioned Nigerians' commitment and capacity to enforce its own environmental and public health laws. Further aware that the Ogijo incident is the latest in a series of documented lead poisoning cases in Zamfara, Sokoto, Niger, Osun, Oyo, Plateau, and now Ogun State, reflecting an ongoing national challenge in managing industrial and mining-related pollution and continue to raise concerns about Nigerians' environmental safety record among the international community. Concerned that the irreversible neurological damage, developmental disorders in children, organ failure, cancers, reproductive health complications, and premature deaths associated with lead exposure, together with observable gaps in enhancement of existing regulations, are increasingly referenced as indicators of governance and regulatory weaknesses and poor protection of vulnerable population. Disturbed that previous enforcement actions by the federal and state governments, including factory closures and a temporary ban on lead ingot exports, were subsequently relaxed or lifted, allowing hazardous operations to resume, therefore creating the impression that short-term economic considerations are being placed above human life and long-term national interests. Convinced that without immediate and robust legislative interventions, including urgent amendment of extant laws and related regulations, as well as the imposition of deterrent penalties, Nigeria risks long-term reputational damage, possible trade restrictions on recycled metals, and bears the moral and financial burden of a preventable national epidemic. Resolves to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the Ogijo lead poisoning crisis, to ascertain the environmental and health impacts on residents and workers, and review relevant extant laws and report back to the House within 8 weeks for further legislative action. To call on the federal government to impose a moratorium on the export of recycled lead ingots pending the completion of the investigation. 3, urge the Federal Ministry of Environment, Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, and NESREA to collaborate with the Ogun State government to deploy a joint emergency response team to Ogijo and other affected areas. And 4, also urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to provide emergency medical assistance, humanitarian support, and temporary relocation for severely affected families. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rest.
Any seconder to this motion? Chief Gaza, I know you will second because this is your territory.
I would have loved to contribute very briefly
Go ahead, please.
to underpin the importance. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Gaza Jonathan Befi, and I represent the people of Karu, Kefi, Kokona Federal Constituency of Nasarawa State, and I'm from the SDP extraction. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend my colleague for this very, very important and timely motion. Mr. Speaker, one of the 7 key agendas of this present government with regards to governance of solid minerals is value from extraction to value addition. whereby we're looking at
Honorable colleagues,
industrialization.
order please, order please.
Mr.
Honorable
Speaker,
Honorable
you will
Zechi,
agree
please.
with me
Please, sir.
that every industrialized nation or everything that has to do with industrialization comes with a high degree of byproducts. I remember with a very sad heart what happened in Zamfara, where over 700 children died of lead poisoning. Every day in our various constituencies where a lot of especially mining activities is taking place, we have a lot of deaths that occur, but they are hardly recorded. Now, with this motion that has come up, and why I fully support it, if this House indeed rises up to the occasion and does the
My
very
friend
thorough
and
job,
brother,
it will
Honorable
put the
Yampa.
necessary stopgaps that will enable safety to lives and property, and it will also put the relevant agencies on their toes. Mr. Speaker, we are running a race towards full industrialization, which will bring about us realizing the target which has been set by this administration of a 1 trillion economy in a couple of years. We cannot achieve this and at the same time sacrifice the lives of our citizens to sharp practices and unwholesome non-adherence to environmental laws. To this end, I want to fully and wholeheartedly appreciate the mover of this motion and to support it in its entirety. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to this motion? Right, Honorable. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honourable Speaker. I remain Right Honourable Omoside Gabriella Igbenedion, representing the people of Ovia North East and Southwest Federal Constituency of Edo State. I rise to second this motion as ably moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the committees on National Emergency, Environment, Humanitarian Affairs for further legislative action. Honorable members, the first business of the day is presentation of report of the Committee on Electoral Matters
The bodies one by one.
on a bill for an act to repeal the Electoral Act number 13 of 2022 and enact the Electoral Act 2025 to regulate the conduct of federal, state, and area councils in the Federal Capital Territory elections and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Adebayo Balogun, honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 23rd July 2025. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Balogun is invited to present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Prince Bayo Balogun, member representing Ibedu-Lekki Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to...
Saldona, please, can you sit down, please?
Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to lay the report on an act to repeal the Electoral Act 2022 and enact the Electoral Bill 2025 and related matters, HB 2479. So, Mr. Speaker, may I present the lady report?
Is the deputy chairman of the committee around, please? No? Any member of the committee? Honorable Oga Chinedu.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. I rise to second the motion that the able chairman of the committee on electoral matters should present the report. I hereby second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Chair, please proceed and lay your report. The second business of the day is presentation of report of the Committee on Industry on a bill for an act to amend the National Sugar Development Council Act 2004 to provide for the functions and powers of the council and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Enitan Badru. Honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Thursday, 8 May 2025. The report is ready for consideration, and Honorable Badru is invited to present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Enitan Badru. I represent Lagos Island 1 Federal Constituency from Lagos State. I move that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Industry on a bill for an act to amend the National Sugar Development Council Act 2004 to provide for the functions and powers of the Council and for related matters, HBs 2022 and 2030. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is the Deputy Chairman of the committee around, please? Committee on Industries. This very sweet committee. Is the deputy around? You know, I still remain the SA welfare of that committee since the 9th Assembly. It's a big privilege to continue to serve in that capacity. Any member of the committee, please? Any member of the committee? Let me turn this side. My dear Honorable.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Abubakar Yahya Kusada. I represent Kenkia Kusada Ingawa Federal Constituency from Kaduna State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion moved by the Chairman House Committee on Industry to lay the report as provided. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Honorable Badru, please proceed and lay your report. The third business of the day is presentation of two reports of the Committee on Federal Polytechnics and Higher Education. Standing in the name of Honorable Fuad Kayode Laguda. Honorable Laguda is invited to present the report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. My name is Fuad Kayode Laguda. I represent the people of Surulere 1, Lagos State. I stand today to move for two reports to be submitted today. First one is a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Entrepreneurship and Skill Acquisition in Ilela, Sokoto State, to provide full-time courses, teaching, instruction, and training in technology, applied science, arts, social sciences, humanities, and management for related matters, HB 927. The second report is on Federal Polytechnic and is on for a bill for an act to provide for establishment of National Institute for Technical and Vocational Education, Wamba, Nasarawa State, for related matters, HB 118.
Is the Deputy Chairman of the committee around? No? Honorable Bello.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my esteemed colleagues. I am Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura, member representing Gwadabawa Ilela. Mr. Speaker, I am from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, I rise up to second the motion ably moved by the Chairman, Federal Polytechnics and Higher Education, for the House to receive 2 reports on establishment of College of Entrepreneurship in Lela in Sokoto State, and that of Federal Polytechnic and Higher Education in Technical Vocational in Wamba, Nasarawa State. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable, please proceed and lay your report. The fourth business of the day is presentation or report of the Committee on Police Affairs on a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Police Act No. 2 of 2020 to provide at least 15% of women representation in the recruitment of the police officers, require the Nigerian police force to provide and maintain gender-responsive compliance program in the recruitment, training, marital status, posting and discipline of police officers, and ensure the establishment of a unit to monitor and maintain records of gender-responsive compliance program and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Abubakar Maki Eleman, honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 2nd July 2025. The report is ready for presentation, and Honorable Eleman is invited to present the report.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my honorable colleagues. I remain Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Malamudori Kauga, my federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to lay a report of the Committee on Police Affairs on a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Police Act No. 2, 2020 to ensure at least 15% women representation in the recruitment of police officers. It requires the Nigerian police force to provide and maintain gender-responsive compliance program in the recruitment, training, marital status, posting, and discipline of police officers, and ensure the establishment of the unity to monitor and maintain record of gender-responsive compliance program, and for the related matters, HB 1717, which was referred to the committee on 2nd of July 2025. With the kind permission, my honorable colleagues, may we lay the report on behalf of my committee members. Thank you, sir.
Is the Deputy Committee Chairman of Police around?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead and second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues. I'm Honorable Dr. Wale Ahmed. I represent both the good and the good people of Agege Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. I rise to second the motion as moved by my chairman, Honorable Maki Eleman. Thank you.
Dr. Wale, did you properly introduce yourself? One of my subjects from Ikorodu is challenging that you cannot have the good and the good. That there ought to be a combination of the good and the bad.
It's the good and the good peoples of Agege Federal Constituency. Because there are no bad people there.
Well, you go answer his query later. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Eleman, please proceed and lay your report.